Please be seated. That was like a crashing wave. Good afternoon. I'm Laura Todd. I'm the Assistant Director for Spiritual Wellness here at Albion College. Let us begin this matriculation ceremony by acknowledging the history of the land where we sit today. The college and community of Albion reside on Anishinaabe-Waki, the traditional and contemporary land of the Anishinaabe people, the Three Fires Confederacy of Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi. Parts of what is now Michigan also include the ancestral lands of the Sauk, Meskwaki, Kickapoo, Menominee, Miami, and Peoria peoples. Our Michigan Potawatomi neighbors are survivors of ongoing colonial violence. We cannot change the past, but by reflecting on this history, may we commit to attitudes, choices, and actions that promote justice for ourselves, our neighbors, and this land. As we invoke this history, those who wish to, let us also invoke the divine with a word of prayer. If you do not feel comfortable praying, I invite you to rest and to think of the loved ones who have brought you here. I will close the prayer with Amen, but please use the language that is most meaningful to you. Let us pray. Divine mystery, we are gathered together to celebrate the beginning of this journey with our first-year students. Thank you for the love and the dedication that has brought us here. We ask for comfort and courage for the families, staff, and students navigating the joys and challenges of this day. Help us to hold on to the good things that we have brought with us as we open our minds and hearts to what is new and exciting. And as we journey together, guide us with wisdom and compassion for ourselves and for other people, especially when the way forward is not clear. Bless us all. Amen. Now, please welcome Vice President of Student Development and Dean of Students, Leroy Wright.
Good afternoon. You all didn't do a great job with Laura, so I'm going to start over again. So when I say 1, 2, 3, you say go Brits. You're going to do it as loud as you can. Can you work with me on that? 1, 2, 3. You can do better than that. There's good weather outside and there's a barbecue waiting on you. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Leroy Wright, and I serve as Vice President for Student Development and Dean of Students. My preferred pronouns are he, him, his. I am a first-generation college student, and you all will affectionately call me Dean Wright. Want to practice that? 1, 2, 3? There you go. I would like to start today by welcoming you to Albion. I know what some of you are thinking. What is matriculation? And when will this be over? It's okay, I understand. There's a nice barbecue to look forward to shortly. Matriculation simply means that you have enrolled at Albion College as a new student. And this ceremony celebrates the official start of your journey with us. As to when this will be over, the answer is in 4 years. All jokes aside, I got a couple of laughs out of that. We know that you are ready to show the world who you are and what you are capable of doing. We are here to help provide a safe and welcoming community where you can thrive both mentally, physically, and be stretched to think critically. You see, we believe you have the confidence and the ability to make a difference in the world, especially over the next 4 years as the class of 2028. While you will build relationships with faculty in the classroom and staff outside of the classroom, follow your passion, or perhaps find a new one. We want you to know that you have 3 support systems at your disposal: your family, your created family, and your Albion family. We all want you to be who you are, and we all want you to succeed and again thrive. You matter, you belong. We know there is no place like home for some, and some of you may be coming from a homeless situation. But we want you to be at home at Albion College. But with every home, there are rules and expectations, that you will learn and even help create. And there is still some uncertainty about all of this or about what you want to do with your life. Let me assure you that you have made a good choice and are in the right place for discovery. Again, you matter and you belong at Albion. Albion College provides hundreds of opportunities for you to explore and experience. I strongly encourage you to try things you may not have thought about before, and to broaden your perspectives about people, places, and things you have not previously encountered or visited in your life. Outside of the classroom, the best way to do these things is to get involved on campus, in the community, whether that is in a cultural organization, a religious organization, a political organization, a service organization, student senate, or even sustainability initiatives, Greek life, and for some of you, athletics. If you want to get involved on campus, I suggest you come to Brit Bash on August 28th on the campus quad to sample the many possibilities for involvement both on campus and in the local community. One last thing, enjoy every moment while you're here. It may not seem like it, but 4 years is going to go by quickly, and I will look forward to seeing all of you, every single one of you, at commencement in 2028. Don't be afraid to talk to people and ask questions. Go to class. Go to class. Reach out to faculty members if you don't understand something or you need additional guidance. Network with alumni and utilize campus resources such as the counseling services or the Cutler Center if you're struggling academically, mentally, or having a personal issue that makes you feel like there's nowhere to go for help. There are many more resources available to you. Remember, you matter and you belong. I heard someone recently say, you were somebody when you got here, but you'll be a better somebody when you leave here. That is what I want. That is what we want. Make the most of every moment and appreciate and give respect to every person you come in contact with. The world is a better place because you're in it. In the words of Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. Thanks for your time, and again, please know that you belong and you matter at Albion. And now I'd like to introduce our provost, Dr. Lisa Lewis. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Wright. It is a true pleasure to greet all of you today and to formally welcome the class of 2028. This is an amazing community that you're joining. And as Dean Wright said, my name is Lisa Lewis. I am a chemistry professor, and I'm also serving as Albion's provost. I've enjoyed being part of this community for nearly 30 years. And as a lifelong educator, nothing beats the pure joy of seeing the faces of new students arrive on campus to begin this transformational educational experience that you'll have here at Albion. So I hope you are as excited as we are to have you here. For our students, just a reminder that this is a really bittersweet moment for many of your families and supporters. They'll soon say their farewells and make that trek back home to your community while rooting for your success from far away. This is likely the first time that many of you have lived away from home, and this will require some adjustment for everyone. Trust me, as a mom, I understand this all too well. It is our sincere hope that you will carry your home communities, your life experiences, and your perspectives with you as engaged members of our learning community, and that you'll find opportunities to share your stories in the classroom, in residence halls, and in gathering spaces. We celebrate the unique backgrounds that you bring to our campus, and we want to get to know your dreams, and we want to know where your motivation comes from. By now, you've already started the process of getting to know one another as roommates or floor mates, bandmates, summer bridge classmates, or even teammates. You are an impressive group that hails from 13 states and 12 countries. You've all earned the right to be here with your impressive secondary academic records and your co-curricular accomplishments. Together, you will contribute to and benefit from learning across our liberal arts curriculum in classrooms that look like the workplaces that you'll enter after graduation. And because you're here at Albion, experiential learning opportunities will play a considerable role in your education. It will help you find your passions, hone your skills, develop your networks, and to make connections to the local community and beyond. And as a graduate of a small liberal arts college that was in Pennsylvania many, many years ago, it was the experiential learning opportunity that was provided to me by a professor that I met in my first class, first month of time at college. The professor said after we got to know one another, you'll go to grad school or you'll go to medical school. And at the time I thought I'll go to medical school because that's the science profession I knew. I was a first generation student and said, what's grad school? I'd never even heard about it from that point in time. And so he invited me into his research lab, gave me the opportunity to do the thing that grad students do, and it helped me learn that the career I wanted was not medicine. It was in lifelong learning and education and research. And so it changed my trajectory, and I expect this experience will change you as well, especially if you take advantage of opportunities like this. And I hope for you that your career after you leave us, it doesn't feel like work. Mine has not felt like work for most of my 30 years here because I found that thing that really gets me excited. And so that's our goal for you here as well. My fellow Albion professors and I are here to share our knowledge with you. And we'll do more than that. We'll serve as your advisors, we'll serve as your mentors, your collaborators, and your biggest advocates. And it's my pleasure to introduce your faculty now. Behind me, the faculty would please stand if you're able, so that we may honor you. I want to thank you personally for your commitment to all of our students, including our newest Brits here. These are the finest set of educators you will find on any college campus. So if you'll join me in a round of applause to say thank you. Thanks, you can sit down. We are fortunate this year to welcome the following new tenure track faculty members to our faculty. And when I say your name, please stand up. This year we have Tim Clark in Math and Computer Science joining us. Catherine Dillon in Kinesiology. And then transitioning from roles as visiting professors to the tenure track this year, we have Colin Garner, also in kinesiology. And Ji Hun Kim in music. Congratulations. And welcome. This year we also want to celebrate some promotions within our faculty. Denise Brown, stand as well. Denise was promoted to full professor. And then we had several faculty members who were promoted to associate professor and received tenure. And those include, and you can all stand, Lauren Brown in English, Katie Price in Communication Studies, Krista Quisenberry in English, and also Nancy Demerdash in Art and Art History, who's not with us today. But congratulations to all. These are really significant achievements in a faculty member's career They represent excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service to our community. And I can't wait for you to experience a class with one of these excellent educators. As is customary at Albion, every entering class is greeted by a faculty member at matriculation, this convocation. That same faculty member will join you 4 years from now at your graduation to say farewell. And today our welcome is being provided by newly tenured Associate Professor Lauren Brown. Professor Brown arrived at Albion College about 5 years ago and teaches college writing, introduction to literary skills, literature matters, American literature too, and even more courses in the English department. Her research interests include American literature of the 20th and 21st centuries, multi-ethnic literature of the US, the nation and literature, post-colonial theory and literature, immigration and diaspora, women writers, and gender studies. She is published in magazines and peer-reviewed journals and is currently working on a review of Toni Morrison's novel Home and another exploring Latinx immigration and experience in contemporary US literature. Please join me in welcoming Professor Brown.
Good afternoon. What a wonderful group of brand new Brits. I am honored to welcome you to Albion College on behalf of the faculty, but I admit that I'm pretty surprised to find myself here today delivering this address. And when I say here, I don't mean this particular ceremony or even Albion, Michigan. I mean I'm surprised to find myself on a stage packed with professors in fancy robes and hats, and more specifically, to find myself among them. I say this because 20-odd years ago, I was absolutely nowhere near a college campus in the fall of my first year out of high school. And I had zero plans to be anywhere near a college ever. Just like the couple of speakers before me, I am a first-generation college student. So I don't come from so-called college people. And while my parents urged me to go to college someday, it felt completely unreachable to me. There are a number of reasons why I had zero plans for college, and there's a very fun and interesting story about how I got there, but that's not the one I'm sharing here today. What I'd like to talk about instead is why I stayed in college, what hooked me so strongly that I chose to stay not just for 4 years, but as long as I possibly can. College was a place where I began to explore concepts and ideas that I didn't know people actually really spent any serious time talking about. We could ask bigger questions, the kind that often don't have clear answers. And I learned to appreciate that sometimes asking and exploring the question is more important than knowing an answer. I enjoyed being in spaces where the whole point was to pause, discuss, debate, and tinker with the kinds of big issues and timely questions many of us only find space to contemplate when we allow our minds to step away from our immediate demands and the noise or screens around us. I really went to college just for a chance at a better job opportunity than my parents had had, which means I was pretty sure I'd still be fundamentally the same person 4 years after college as I was when I started classes. But the thing about being in a space away from home, a system fundamentally designed to give you chunks of time in which to think with other people, and stimuli to push you in new and unexpected directions, is that it does, in fact, change you. The fundamental differences are not necessarily in what you think, but ways of thinking. Not what you believe, but why you believe it. You can't anticipate the ways college will change you. The job opportunities that opened for me and the fancy title at the front of my name are really just a small, tiny slice of how college has changed my entire life. And if you're willing to challenge yourself and to be present in the work, you will be completely surprised by how you emerge on the other side of these few years. Your presence here today shows you're already looking ahead at what you can spend your time thinking about and becoming in the next few years, but by week 4, you'll be tired and maybe a little bit jaded. The reading load will seem unreasonable. Your science lab will feel never-ending. The 8 a.m. discussion may not feel soul-stirring every single morning, and your days on campus might start to feel like a bit of a grind. So, while it's still fresh and full of promise for you, I want to urge you to try and remember these 3 things in those exhausted, stressed moments where you feel like checking out or just slogging through. Number 1, be willing to receive what others think and feel and to throw something back. This one is important because college isn't just about you and your journey. It's about how your experience or perspective can reframe or unlock someone else's thinking too. Ask questions in class. No, really. Ask questions in class. Bravely toss out an idea. The reward for joining those conversations far outweighs the risk of sounding silly or sharing a half-formed idea. They are really valuable, and we can do a lot with them if you just give them to us. Number 2, be open to change. If you come in open-mindedly to a discussion, a class, or even an entire discipline, ask me later about the snarky feelings I had about analyzing literature at 18. This is not going to be an English major. You will change in ways you can't possibly predict or even imagine. Try to see each course as an opportunity for a fresh start, a fresh perspective, and a new version of yourself. A liberal arts college like Albion is in fact the best kind of place for this possibility. If you are open to it, you'll create really cool connections between your classes and across the academic disciplines, and your way of thinking will change as you make those new connections. Number 3, and this one's a hard one, so you gotta trust me on this one, okay? Be thankful for the space and for this work. This is perhaps the only time in your life where hours upon hours are blocked off for you to wonder, question, explore, dream, challenge, and create new ideas for yourself and for all of us too. Approach that reading load, that complex lab, that paper, or that group project as a chance to be in the moment, considering things that you might never have the time or space to really pause and explore with as much mindfulness and time again. And of course, be willing to surprise yourself with the life that grows out of those changes and chances. Thank you. I can't wait to see and hear from you in class. Now I would like to introduce Callie Onai, social media and content strategist in our Office of Marketing and Communications.
Good afternoon, Brits. My name is Callie Onai, and I'm a proud graduate of Albion College and have the distinct honor of welcoming you today on behalf of staff. I began my Albion College journey as an undecided 17-year-old young woman from Cleveland, Ohio. Today, I support the success of the college in my role as the social media and content strategist in the Office of Marketing and Communications, as well as in a variety of other ways. I am the advisor for the AC Drip student organization and a mentor for our Marcom student interns. For all of you looking for jobs in marketing and communications, find ours on Handshake. I also volunteer with the Albion Community Gardens, serve on a number of committees across campus, and help to create some of our micro-credentialing programs. Staff members like me are an important and equal part of this community. We want to work together alongside faculty to support the success of the college and your success as students. We take pride in our work, and we are working hard, sometimes with very limited resources, to be the best partners we can be and to connect you with life-changing experiences and resources that enhance what you're studying in the classroom. The college experience is about what happens both inside and outside of the classroom, as you've heard from my colleagues. Staff are here to pick you back up after that challenging test, to listen when the world just doesn't seem to understand. Staff are here to help you discover who you are and make your home among strangers. So if you ever find yourself feeling alone in an unfamiliar place, come find us in Ferguson, on the 3rd floor of the Kellogg Center, in the Honors Building, in the library. Find us all across campus. We are here for you. While each of us gathered here today has joined Albion at different times, from different backgrounds, and with different experiences, we are tasked this next year with learning and living together as one community. Forming a thriving community from so much difference will not be easy, but a Brit never backs down from an opportunity to grow. There will be times of disagreement or disappointment, a national election, for example. In these times when it will be easier to fall back to the spaces and faces that bring us comfort and defend our truth, it will be important to practice the theme of today's convocation, civil discourse. Poet and activist Audre Lorde once said, "What we must do is commit ourselves to some future that can include each other and to work toward that future with the particular strengths of our individual identities. And in order for us to do this, we must allow each other our differences at the same time as we recognize our sameness. I am confident you've chosen the place for you. Together, we will envision a future Albion that recognizes our sameness and celebrates our differences. Let us lead this charge with grace and love. Go Brits. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker and your fellow Brit, Cara Anderson, a senior at Albion and the president of Student Senate.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cara Anderson, and I have the honor of serving as your Student Senate President. I am here to welcome you all on behalf of the student body, so welcome. Every year, new students join our community and bring new life to campus. I look forward to getting to know all of you this year and hope that, like myself, you can come to call Albion home. We know our home will face challenges this year. The November election, world wars, and other events are sure to take a toll on all of us. However, I also know that together we can overcome any obstacle. The theme of today is cultivating a culture of civil discourse. The Student Senate has long been a place to productively discuss topics impacting campus. All students are welcome to attend our weekly meetings, and we encourage you to come share your concerns as well as ideas to make campus better. We are here to be a resource for you. You can reach us by emailing senate@albion.edu. We will also have a table at Brit Bash where you can find more information. I highly recommend attending Brit Bash so you can see all of the organizations on campus. There is a club for everyone, and if you have a new idea for a club, you can suggest one. Getting involved on campus can help you find your place in Albion and pursue your passions. It will help you meet people you can rely on when those challenges come. And again, please remember that Senate is also here to help you face those challenges. So I hope you have a great rest of your day and an amazing year as a student of Albion College. Thank you. And now I have the honor of welcoming President Webster.
Well, good afternoon and welcome. My name is Wayne Webster, and I have the honor of serving as president of Albion College. I'm glad to see you all here. I think this is the first time since I've been here we've had the second floor even full up, which is great. I want to welcome faculty, staff, alumni, returning Brits, and most importantly, welcome to our newest Brits and your families, supporters, and friends. Annually at the start of the fall term, our community comes together, draped in academic regalia based on centuries-old traditions, including bling. It's our chance to formally welcome new members of our community during our Matriculation Convocation. It's also an opportunity to frame our minds for the work we are called to do together and to mark the beginning of the journey for our newest Brits. As my colleagues have noted, you are about to embark on an amazing journey, one that you and your families and supporters should feel immense pride about. Today, less than half of all high school graduates in the United States pursue a four-year degree, 45% to be exact. And in Michigan, where many of you come from, just 38% of high school graduates go on to a four-year college or university. Here at Albion, 26% of our students identify as being the first in their families to attend college. You are about to do a relatively rare thing, and a smart thing, as the Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates a four-year degree will net you 66% more in lifetime earnings than a high school diploma alone. And you've sacrificed, you and your families and friends, have sacrificed a lot and had many accomplishments en route to arriving at this place and this time. In short, today is a big deal. And all of us in this room intend to deliver an educational experience filled with high-impact lessons, hands-on experiences, and door-opening networks that are sure to set you on the path for a lifetime of success. And while I get the honor of wearing the fancy bling as president, I don't want you to be fooled. As mentioned, it's my colleagues, the faculty, the staff, and coaches, and others around us today. We're here to serve as your teachers, your mentors, your trusted guides throughout your time at Albion, and I am really overjoyed that you have the chance to learn from them every day. They are amazing scholars, teachers, mentors, and they truly love what they do. Likewise, I cannot wait to see all the amazing things you accomplish during your time here and all the wonderful contributions you will make to our community. Just like the 32,000 plus living alumni who have walked a similar path in Albion, you now have the opportunity to join and lead any number of clubs and organizations, play varsity or intramural sports, try out for a play or join a musical ensemble, join a center or an institute, or become involved with the honors program. You can go to dinner with your roommates, take a walk through our beloved White House Nature Center, attend guest lectures, or serve the local community. And who knows, you too, like many of our alumni, might go on to become an Emmy-winning producer, a cancer researcher, a teacher, a principal, a business owner, a member of Congress, an astronaut, a finance executive, a sustainability coordinator, a consultant, an author, entrepreneur, or perhaps many of these things. Because you see, an Albion education doesn't just prepare you to do one thing. Here you will gain the knowledge and skills to contribute across the economy in a variety of ways and in a variety of professions. Our teams have worked very hard throughout the summer to prepare for your arrival. You'll be the first to see some of the more visible symbols of these efforts, including a renovated training room with state-of-the-art tubs in the Dow Center Recreation Center, a refresh of Baldwin Dining Hall, the new Belonging Lounge and Qdoba on the second floor of the KC, a new lab in the kinesiology department, and we've also completed the early stages of the Kresge Gymnasium refresh this summer. And many of these upgrades are possible because of the generosity of loyal and grateful alums. These are examples of how our campus and our generous alumni are committed to continuing to invest where we can to create inspiring spaces and places for you to learn, gather, play, and build community. Because we're a residential campus, we strive to model the world you'll enter upon graduation. As mentioned, here you'll join a community of students from rural areas, urban centers, different nationalities, varying socioeconomic backgrounds, different faiths, religions, political leanings, as well as sleeping, eating, and studying habits, and the list goes on. I encourage you to remain curious, listen to others, even when you are uncomfortable, and own your own story. When you disagree, try to stay present and respectful, and understand how your past experience informs your view of the world and how their experiences inform theirs. Relish those opportunities, big and small, to find compromise and common ground when confronted with those with different views. Learn how to interact with individuals from different backgrounds and find common ground. It's not just a necessary survival skill, it's one of the top qualities employers are looking for in new hires. As workplaces become more diverse, understanding and respecting differences is important. The ability to navigate and communicate effectively across various cultures and different beliefs enables you to build meaningful connections with all people, fostering inclusivity and respect in the workplace. Later today, you will take your first steps in this regard. Each of you will be asked to sign the student pledge. As fully participating members of this amazing community, your signature acknowledges you agree to uphold the highest ethical standards in your educational pursuits and promise to always treat one another with respect. And we've ensured you have ample opportunities early on to practice your skills as we enter yet another highly contentious election cycle. Our fall voting coalition, including student representatives from Student Senate, SAC, college Republicans and college Democrats, staff and faculty, are working on events and programs to encourage and mobilize students to participate in the upcoming election. As part of these efforts, we'll be partnering with local chapters of activists to host a variety of tabling events in September and October in the Kellogg Center and on the Quad to share voting information and to register students to vote. In addition, the Gerald Ford Institute has plans to host national speakers and local candidate forums and is partnering with Michiganders for civil resilience and civil discourse programming. We don't have to engage in the current banter we will likely see in this coming election, one where the focus is on personal attacks and not on real issues. While we don't have to all agree or support the same candidate, we must engage with the issues of our moment in ways that elevate and enhance the democratic values of this country and subsequently other countries we're founded upon. I urge you to take advantage of these scheduled opportunities as well as those of a more impromptu nature to discuss the issues that matter, become civically engaged, and do so in ways that build community rather than tear it apart. Together, we can set an example and model the leadership we seek. This is your college now, as Dean Wright said. Use it to become the very best versions of yourselves and reach your goals. Congratulations to you and to all the families and supporters for arriving here today. We can't wait to start this important journey with you. It is a great day to be a Brit. On behalf of all of our community, welcome to Albion and go Brits. Thank you. Next, Dr. Clayton Parr and colleagues will lead us in the singing of our college hymn, Albion, Dear Albion. And you can find the words in your program. Dr. Parr.
Hi. I'm Professor of Music and the choir director here, and it's my honor to lead you through your first assignment as students at Albion College. Are you ready? Yeah. This is what you're going to do. We're all going to sing. Okay? So, and now, like a lot of other assignments that you'll get, I just want to tell you a couple things about it before we start in. Like a lot of other assignments, the only way that you can flunk this assignment is not to do it. Okay? And the second thing that you need to know is that if your feeling right now is, I can't sing, you don't want, like, no. If that's your feeling, you should be aware that that's probably not the last time you're going to have this feeling at Albion College. When you're going to be asked to do something, and you're going to think, no. So this is a chance to exercise some courage to try, okay? Okay, in solidarity with you in your academic endeavor, the faculty are going to participate with you in this assignment, okay? Because they want to support you in academic endeavor, even though probably, I'm just guessing that maybe some of them can't really sing very well either, okay? So to assist me here, I'm going to ask you to move over on this side, I think. To assist me here, because I have a terrible cold, is my colleague, Professor Jennifer Ribeiro, who is professor of voice. And so what we're going to do is that she's going to sing one line, and then we're going to sing it. Now, Professor Ribeiro is a professional singer. You notice she doesn't have a microphone because, you know, we're opera singers. We don't need any stinking microphones. So are we all going to sound as good as Professor Ribeiro? Probably not. Are we going to sing anyway? Yes. Okay? You ready? one line at a time. Here's the first line. Words are on the back.
Albion, dear Albion, hear our song to thee.
Okay, now we do it. Ready? Go. Albion, dear Albion, hear our song to thee. Listen.
Let our joyous praise be heard over land and sea.
Okay, got it? Let's, ready, go. Let our joyous praise be heard over land and sea. Listen.
Of thy noble college halls, of thy campus fair.
Okay, ready? Of thy noble college halls, of thy campus fair. Listen, big finish.
Sing we with gladness and everywhere.
Ready? With gladness. Sing. Sing we with gladness here and everywhere. Okay, on your feet, the whole thing. Here we go. All right. No high fives yet. Not till you're done. Albion, dear Albion, hear our song to thee. Let our joyous praise be heard over land and sea. Of thy noble college halls, of the campus fair, sing we with gladness here and everywhere. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay. So, I was looking around and almost all of y'all passed. So, congratulations. If you would like to work a little bit more on this, concert choir meets on this stage Tuesday at 4:15. So just come on over. And if you're looking for some individual lessons, we'll talk to Professor Ribeiro. Thank you. I think we're ready for our recession.
So don't tell the sophomores, but that was way better than last year. So, at this point, Professor Jocelyn McWhirter will now lead the faculty and platform party recessional, so stay where you're at. Students, please remain here. You're to stay seated. Your next session will begin immediately after the recessional, and parents, after the recessional, your next session, and supporters, your next session will be across this pathway down here to Norris Hall, the science complex, and you'll be in Norris 101. So there'll be staff and students out there to guide parents and supporters. To your next step, students stay here. So Professor McWhirter, please escort us out.